Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and on this day in rock, January 16th, 1968, Blue Cheer released their debut album, Vincebus Eruptum. Now before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, Vincebus Eruptum, it's Latin for controlled chaos, came out on this day in '68. Now, this band is one of the 10 bands to be known as proto-metal, creators of metal, along with, of course, Black Sabbath and those type of bands. But they were also, for me, I think, the beginning of that kind of psych, space, prog rock, or not prog, but, heavy blues type of band. I do have this series where I showcase albums of prog, space, psychedelic bands from the early 70s, late 60s, and this is one of those bands that kind of started it off for me to go down that rabbit hole. And so Blue Cheer, I never made a video of them on that series. I think that would kind of discredit them because it's sort of like all those other kind of bands kind of followed suit with this. And so, these guys are pretty much pioneers of that. So they do get their own day on this day of rock, and so it's monumental. They were also kind of been known to be the creator of the trio, the power trio. Now that could be debatable. I mean, you had the Jimi Hendrix Experience, you have Cream, and then these guys come out. So, and that's a term that I feel that's always kind of being redefined, with bands later on coming out like Rush, right, or Motorhead, Thin Lizzy, and then of course Nirvana in the future. So that's a phrase that's pretty much always going to be changing. And I think, this was one of those bands at the time. Yes, they would be considered a power trio. I don't know if they were the originators of that, as people would say, but they definitely are very powerful, and they are a trio, and this album is no question about it, proves that. So this album, of course, has the song Summertime Blues. That was the first song I heard and seen of Blue Cheer way back in the day on MTV. They would have these classic videos they would show from, the late 60s, from, BBC shows and whatnot, the B Club, and, Blue Cheer would be on there with this song, and I was just like, who the hell are these guys? I thought they were English, but they're not. They're from the Bay Area, comprised of Dick Peterson, bass and vocals, Lee Stevens on guitar, and Paul Wally on drums. And if you ever heard this album, if you've never heard this album, I suggest you check it out. It's really cool. They do Rock Me Baby, of course, a song that's always been covered by B.B. King, and they do a great job, of course. And Dr. Please is a song that Peterson wrote, which is his kind of love for drugs, as he stated, and he was not someone to, be very hidden about his, glorification and romance towards drugs, whereas the guitar player, Lee Stevens, claims that he has never taken drugs, even while making this album and being with this band. So, great dynamic there. And so, yes. So on this day, this album was released, and it's a great album. This is a reissue from 2010 of a mono reissue, and I do like the embossed cover. You can feel it and whatnot. And there's only like 7 songs on here: Summertime Blues, Rock Me Baby, Dr. Please, Out of Focus, Parchment Farm, and Second Time Around. And it's great historical rock and roll album. Check it out. Blue Cheer. And leave me a comment below. What are your thoughts on this? Do you remember this album? Are they the power trio of the time, more than Cream, more than The Experience? Let me know and leave me a comment below. And with that, I'll shut up and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.